You know those people who just seem to have it? That effortless charm? The ones who can walk into any room and connect with anyone. Have you ever wondered what truly separates them from everyone else? Well, it's not what you think. It's not about money or looks. It's a skill. And today, we're going to break it down. We are diving deep into Leela Lones' absolute classic, How to Talk to Anyone. She lays out 92 learnable little tricks for mastering communication, and we've distilled some of the most powerful, game-changing ones right here for you. And this quote, this is everything. It's the core idea, the secret sauce. Real charisma isn't about making yourself the center of attention. It's about making other people feel like they are. So, let's get into exactly how you do that. Okay, first things first. You are communicating, you are saying so much before a single word even leaves your mouth. That first impression is a silent conversation, and honestly, it might be the most important one you have. Here's how to make sure you win it. Let's start with your smile. We're not talking about that quick, automatic flash of teeth you give a stranger. No, this is the flooding smile. You pause for a split second, you really look at the person, and then you let a big, warm, genuine smile flood your face. That tiny delay is what makes it feel personal, real, and incredibly powerful. You know, Lowndes tells this great story about a CEO she calls Missy. Her father taught her this one simple thing, to delay her smile. And that single change made people see her as more sincere, more credible. It literally became her secret weapon in the business world. All right, next up, eye contact. Lowndes calls this sticky eyes, and I love this image. You pretend your eyes are connected to your partners with warm, sticky taffy. So when they're done talking, you don't just dart your eyes away. You hold their gaze for just a beat longer, and then you pull away slowly, almost reluctantly. It sends a message that you find them and what they're saying absolutely captivating. And this isn't just a nice idea, it's backed by research. Intense eye contact actually creates feelings of respect and affection. Lowndes shares this amazing story about feeling this incredible deep connection with the woman in her audience who never broke eye contact. It wasn't until later that she found out the woman was hearing impaired and was just reading her lips. But the effect, it was exactly the same, a powerful, undeniable bond. Now, let's talk about how you carry yourself. Because your posture, it's like a giant billboard broadcasting to the world what you think of yourself. If you're slouching, it signals defeat. But when you stand tall, it shows confidence. It shows you're used to being in charge. So how do you get that perfect posture instantly? Try this. It's a visualization technique from the great Wallenda acrobats. Every single time you walk through a doorway, imagine there's an iron bit hanging from the top. Mentally bite down on it and let it pull you up. Your head goes up, your shoulders roll back, your spine straightens. You will instantly look and feel a whole lot more confident. Okay, so you've nailed the nonverbals. You walk in with the smile, the sticky eyes, the great posture. You look amazing. But now you actually have to speak. The high is done. What on earth do you say next? Here's the secret that most people miss. Small talk is not an intelligence test. It's not about being witty or brilliant. It's a sound check. It's all about matching the other person's mood, their energy. Lowndes tells a story about being in a slow elevator, feeling tired, with a group of super high-energy Mensa members. Their fast-paced chatter was just jarring. You have to match the music first, then you can get to the lyrics. And this slide just breaks it down perfectly, right? If someone's energy is low, adagio, and you come in all high energy and allegro, it feels aggressive, it's a mismatch. But if you meet them at their pace, you create this instant feeling of comfort and connection. And from there, you can take the conversation anywhere you want. So, you've made a great first impression. You've kicked off a comfortable conversation. Now, how do you build real trust? How do you get people to not only like you, but to actually believe in you and what you're saying? Well, here's the thing. Your body has a terrible poker face. When you're nervous, even if you're telling the absolute 100% truth, your body can send out these little distress signals. And other people, they pick up on that. And they might, consciously or not, read it as dishonesty. So when the stakes are high, when it really, really matters, you have to limit the fidget. We're talking about consciously trying to avoid these credibility killers you see here. Touching your face, shifting your weight, rubbing your neck. A headhunter in one of the stories literally spotted a lie just by noticing these exact movements. In a job interview or a big pitch, the last thing you want is for your own body to sabotage your message. Control these movements and you project total confidence. All right, To get to our final technique, we need to talk about a very strange, very famous horse. His name was Clever Hans, and back in the early 1900s, it seemed like he could actually do math. No, I'm serious. People would ask him, Hans, what's 2 plus 3? And he'd tap his hoof 5 times. He could even get the answers right when his owner wasn't in the room. The smartest people in Europe were completely stumped. Was this horse some kind of equine genius? Well, the secret was no. Hans was not a mathematician. He was a master observer. He would start tapping his hoof and just watch the people around him. As he got closer to the right answer, he could see their bodies tense up with anticipation. The second he hit the correct number, they would all subtly relax, and that was his cue to stop tapping. Incredible, right? And this brings us to our final technique, Hans's horse sense. It's about operating on 2 tracks at once. You're talking, sure, but at the same time, you're constantly watching your listener. How are they reacting? Are they leaning in? Are their eyes glazing over? You read their nonverbal signals and you adjust your strategy on the fly. This is what great leaders do. They aren't just giving a speech, they're having a real-time conversation with the entire room, even if no one says a word. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't this all a bit manipulative? But that's really not the point at all. The goal isn't to trick people. The point is to use these signals that we're all sending and receiving anyway, but to use them consciously to build faster, more genuine connections. It's about showing someone you are truly paying attention. It's about empathy, not deception. And that brings us right back to where we started. The next time you walk into a room, who are you going to be? The person who announces to the world, "Well, here I am." Or are you going to be the person who looks at others and says, with your smile, your eyes, and your full attention, "Ah, there you are." The choice, as they say, is yours.